What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 44, and we start today's episode with some player training here, and Chia is still yet to hit an 80 overall despite getting all 5 of the slots allocated to him. It's really frustrating, but I've said before, and I'll say it again, I'm waiting until he does hit an 80 overall, and then I'll leave him be, but he's still on a 79. He's been getting trained and getting all 5 slots for a long time now, yet he's still stuck at a 79 overall. Hopefully not before long, he will hit the magic 80 rating. And for the first game of today's episode, we'll take on Marseille away at the Stade Velodrome in the Coupe Nationale round of 32 stage. Now, taking on Marseille here, of course, in the Coupe de Ligue, we're into the semi-final stages and we're top of the league as well by 6 points ahead of PSG. Really pleased with that. So in the Coupe Nationale, speaking coming into this game, we don't really need to play any first team players. We're away at Marseille. We might lose anyway. So because of that, I decided to rest the entire team for this game, and the first goal we scored just 19 minutes in by Marseille, and what a goal it was as well by Alessandrini. He plays a 1-2 with his teammate and just fires it past Miguel. What a fantastic strike, and he finds the back of the net as well. So number 11 gets the goal here, puts Marseille in front as it's 1-0 to the home side. We would equalise though just a few minutes later through Moussa Dembele getting his second goal in his second start in a few games, if that makes sense. Dembele with a goal anyway. What a ball too by Chenkua. I wanted to celebrate with him, but unfortunately Grange caught him before I could do so. Chenkua with the assist here for his free kick. Look at this for a ball. Perfectly flighted. Dembele uses the pace of the ball, just guides the header on, finds the bottom corner and makes it 1-1. So a great assist there by Chenkua, and Dembele equalises for us. So Marseille 1, PSG 1. I felt we played better in the first half as well, had more shots, more on target. We were level on the score sheet, had more possession as well though, but it was still 1-1. But in the second half here, in the 78th minute, Dembele was played through 1-on-1. A great chance to make it 2-1. You thought I was going to mess up there, didn't you, when I stopped the ball, but instead I saw Grange running from deep, stopped the ball, gave it to him, and Romain Grange runs to the cameraman, celebrates in style with his teammates as we turn the game on its head and make it Marseille 1, Paris FC 2. So we take the lead for the first time in this game. Our tiny corner of fans get to celebrate the second goal scored by us. We said the third goal again scored by us, and our second goal as well. Dembele with the assist, Grange with the goal, and that was one of those goals where I really liked it because I could have easily shot with Dembele on the 1-on-1 there, but I thought instead one extra pass. That's the way I like to play FIFA. One extra pass, wait for Grange to take the shot. He'd have a better angle. I thought he'd find the back of the net, and he did as well. So final score, Marseille 1, Paris FC 2. The win streak in all competitions now gets extended to 4, and I'm really pleased to win that game after coming from behind. I felt we thoroughly deserved it as well. Marseille only took one shot in the entire game, and it was the one that found the back of the net through Alessandrini. Dembele, my man, the match with a goal and an assist as well, and great to now make it 4 wins from 4 in all competitions. So I said before, the Coupe de Ligue is definitely a winnable competition for us, and I think the league as well, us being 6 points clear of PSG now, we should be considered favourites with about 15 games to go. But to be honest, I also want to see if I can win the Coupe Nationale as well and get a domestic treble in our first season, in our third season even, will be absolutely incredible. And don't forget as well, we're into the Champions League round of 16. So we had a struggling start to this season. We had a really poor start to the season, and you guys heard me talking about it. I said we spent the big bucks on the fullbacks, hadn't really worked out for us. Just in general, Ambrose not performing as well as he did in the previous 2 seasons, and we just weren't really playing as well as we possibly could be with Paris FC. And I was thinking that this season we might potentially take a step back from the first 2 seasons where we've been progressing really nicely, but now we've really sorted it out. We may not be, having an incredible win streak. It's only up to 4 games now, but we're still playing better than we were at the start of the season. We turned it round really, and that's great to see. But for the second game today's episode here, back in the league, we would take on EA Guingamp away from home. And the home side, not having the best of seasons, but had the better of the first half, had far more possession and had all the shots as well. We hadn't even recorded a single shot in the first half. So in the second half, tried to up the intensity, tried to win the ball back a bit more instead of just watching them pass the ball around the back, try and get some chances ourselves. We had the first one in the second half, Yannick Giron's shot going wide the post, and then 56th minute, after nice passing, say Maxime was played forward here, but what a save by the goalkeeper. That was on the 1-on-1 as he kept it at 0-0. So both sides were looking for winning goals in this game, but really neither side could keep the composure in front of goal. With 60 minutes to go though, we did have a good chance to make it 1-0. Thiam gets onto the ball here, takes it around his man and finds Lamar into St. Maximin, back to Lamar, and I'm just going to keep on laughing at this because every single time I keep on talking about Lamar, during the season I kept on saying he's not worked out for us, he's not worked out for us, he's not worked out for us. That's now his third goal in what, 5 games, 6 games? It's ridiculous, man. Seriously, Lamar has just come out of nowhere. It's crazy, it really is. But I kept on saying I'm considering selling him, I'm considering letting him go, considering trying to make a profit on him and cashing in. He's not doing the job, I'm not feeling him, he's not working out for Paris FC. 3 goals in 5 or 6 games now. It's just ridiculous. Where has this guy come from? He hadn't done anything for an entire season, and now he's notched up his third goal. So Lamar really is beginning to come into good form and start to show that he can be a Paris FC player, and he can be a player for the future of Paris FC in France as well. So good to see him getting the only goal of the game. We won the game by a goal to nil. I'll be honest, we didn't deserve to win it. I didn't play very well. EA Guingamp had far more possession and more shots as well, but didn't record a single goal. Barmy kept another clean sheet, and Lamar's only goal of the game does separate the two sides. So it's just, like, it genuinely is just bizarre. Like, it's just so bizarre. It's almost like he had been listening to what I was saying. He kept on saying, oh, I might just cash in on him. He's not working out for me. I need to get someone else in. And now he's got 3 goals in like 5 or 6 games. It's crazy. But either way, Courtier as well gets in. Very pleased with that. You saw the player training there. Courtier has finally got to an 80. It's taken him a very long time. It's been really annoying me, but Courtier is now an 80 overall rated right back. So very happy about that, and now he will stop getting training. I know that you guys probably not being too keen on the fact that Courtier, who doesn't really have much potential, has been a player you maximise and need training on, but I really wanted him to get to an 80. He's got there now. I'll leave him be, and that's great to see. But for the third and final game of today's episode here, we will take on PSG away at the Parc des Princes in the Coupe de Ligue semi-final. So taking on our rivals in the semi-finals of this competition. I said before, this is without doubt a winnable competition for us. Probably our best chance of silverware this season comes in the Coupe de Ligue. Taking on PSG away from home here. Would keep faith with the backup brigade despite taking on the strongest side in France, or most would say. Taking on PSG here. First chance fell to them, and the second chance also fell to them, and it resulted in a goal as well. Lucas headed in this cross at the far post here as Paris Saint-Germain take the lead. So crossed in from the left-hand side by the number 38. We couldn't keep up with Lucas here. He got ahead of his man and headed the ball past Miguel and found the back of the net. So 1-0 to Paris Saint-Germain just 16 minutes in. Not the best of starts for us with the backup brigade here away from home, but we did beat Marseille away from home with this type of team from behind, so there's no reason why we can't do it again. And 2 minutes before the break here, had a great chance to make it 1-1. Pires found Dembele, who scored against Marseille, and he scores against PSG as well to level the score just before the break. He's celebrating the goal, he's claiming it, but I'll tell you this right now, I knew getting back in this game we would require a stroke of genius or a stroke of luck, and for this one we got the latter. This shot took an absolutely huge deflection off Marquinhos, and not a lot of my shots that go in have deflections, but for this goal here, I mean seriously, we should give it as an own goal to Marquinhos, because it completely altered the path of the ball, went past the goalkeeper into the back of the net, and it's now PSG 1, Paris FC 1. So we got very fortunate there. Dembele does claim the goal, but Marquinhos really was the guy that put it in the back of the net for us. So 1-1 here, we are back on level terms, and with 17 minutes to go, it was still 1-1 in this game, and PSG had a great chance to win the game through Traore here, who has played the ball through 1-on-1 against Miguel. He couldn't keep his composure though. He had so much time to take a touch there, and instead took the shot on way too early and fired it over the bar. Luis Suarez then found Marquinhos here, desperate to make up for his error in the 75th minute, but Miguel made a fantastic save there and turned it behind for a corner. But then 9 minutes before the end here, it's some suicidal defending from PSG, which gives us the winning goal of the game as Kevin Mayi, who came in on a pre-contract, celebrates with the fans in the corner and makes it Paris Saint-Germain 1, Paris FC 2, as we take the lead here for the first time in the game, 8 minutes before the end, and Sirigu must be sitting there thinking, seriously, what am I supposed to do? For the first goal, it took a huge deflection, and for the second goal, the Italian is beaten here from some suicidal defending. Why they are throwing the ball back to David Luiz there from their own corner just is a mystery to me, because, you know, he's 6'2", I think, David Luiz. There's a definite chance he could win that header in the air, but you're putting him under so much needless pressure. Just throw the ball down the line there and get the danger averted. Instead, they gave us a chance to flick it back to Mayi, who'd have a clear run at goal. That's exactly what happens, and Kevin Mayi sends us into our first ever cup final with Paris SC. So pleased with that. Heartbreaking the first 2 seasons, both in the Coupe Nationale, knocked out in the semi-final both times. First to Stade Rennais in the first season, and then to Toulouse in the second season. Now we're into our first ever cup final after beating our rivals PSG away from home. The win streak is extended to 6. We put out a backup side in that game, and I'll be honest, did not deserve to win it at all. Just like the EA Guingamp game, it was all about being clinical really, and we certainly were, and we are through to our first ever cup final where we'll be taking on Stade Rennais. So looking forward to that. Again, they were decided not to start in the Coupe Nationale semi-final in the first season. We'll try and get revenge on them in our first ever cup final in our third season. So very happy with that. But again, for both goals, so fortunate. The first one, the huge deflection of Marquinhos, and for the second one, why they were putting David Luiz under so much pressure there, I don't know. But we got the goal though, and did indeed make it 2-1. So we're through to our first ever cup final in the Coupe de Ligue. Really pleased with that. We're through to the next round of Coupe Nationale, and we're also top of the league as well. This season really is working out right now after a struggling start. We're coming into good form. We've got more money from the board as well, and a potential potentially more signings to come as well. You gotta love when I mess up in the commentary, don't you? But as always, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you're enjoying today's episode of Club and Country, then please do consider leaving likes. It's much appreciated. And really help my channel out. And I'll see you for the next episode of Club and Country very soon.